Winter. Winter means many things to a lot of life out there in the forest. For some, it means an opportunity to hibernate, awaiting the next seasons. For others, it's a time of hardship with less food. But everywhere, it means cold. As the morning creeps in, signifying the coldest time of the day, the time that longest felt the sun's embrace. Waking up feels like a marathon some days. Slipping out of a warm bed into the deep, dark cold is a challenge, but a challenge that needs to be done regardless. Winter is also an opportunity to explore and do something new, and discover the beauty around you. You might just find winter becoming your favorite season. The stars still paint the early morning sky. The background still black as ink, with only the horizon showing a glimpse of the sun's returning warmth. The winter sun always seems to lazily graze the sky, and it passes by low and quick. A far cry from the height of summer, where the days seem to last forever. The winter sun has an air of cruelty to it. And before long, the darkness always returns. The early morning feeling of waking up in many ways parallels the cold winter morning. The silence in the dark, the urge to stay still a little longer. If you're able to overcome this sleepiness, you'll find a rewarding sensation in the quiet of the winter forest. The muffling sound of falling snow, the cold air against your skin, the smell of pine and firewood, and the sights of perfect stillness. Amongst the cold forest, I decided to try something new, and I think I found the perfect spot to do it. I've heard a lot about the benefits of cold plunges, and just have to give it a try. What better place than a cold river next to a natural hot spring? It's like my very own spa in the wilderness. So many layers. There are some benefits to cold plunges that I definitely want to try out. They've been shown to help with relaxation, decrease inflammation, and even help with circulation. So let's just give this a whirl. It is a little chilly. This is, let me get installed. This is the best way to wake up in the morning. I don't think I'm gonna do a full polar plunge this morning. But it was one of those days where it's so hard to wake up. So I thought I would do a little cold moment. The wind got a bit stronger. So I'm gonna cool down first, and I'm gonna head into the hot spring right after. It is chilly. Just gonna dip my hands in a little bit. Okay. Ooh, that's enough. Time to get warm. This is so good. This was very well worth the sunrise wake up time. Grab my... Oh my God. That's so much better. That cold plunge was a lot colder than I expected. So, I'm just gonna take a moment. The wind and snow is so much more than what the weather was saying. It's like that each time. So I'm at Lucier Creek, and these are natural hot springs. So I started off with my cold plunge first, and now I'm in the hot spring. This is it. This is so nice. There's a massive snowstorm, so coming here was a little rough, and there's no one around, so maybe the snowstorm helped me out. So it's just me. And there's like different temperatures. So I'm in the coldest one to start. My body was too cold to go in the hot one. So I'm starting off here, and then I'll work my way closer to the source. Oh, my shoulders are a little cold. How much snow? Is there a snowstorm on my head? It's fine. It's part of the fun. These are so great. So I'm gonna get my body kind of used to it. It's funny because it's coming from geothermal heat from way down there. And so there's a bit of a sulfur smell. I swear it's not me. This is so nice. There's like, I can't move too much because there's like a bit of mud at the bottom. I don't want to stir it up too hard. I'm gonna go test out the warmer one. This snowstorm is really hitting hard. Okay, let's go. There's something absolutely magical about hot springs. I'm out here at Lucier Hot Springs, which is just across the border in BC, and took about 3 hours to drive from Banff. Hot springs are made when underground water sources are heated by Earth's core. Magma heats this water, which then finds its way back up to the surface again. The hot springs are pure relaxation. My body feels the stress slip away as I float around in the shallow pools, listening to the bubbling sound of the cold river flowing by just a few feet beside me. The smooth rocks and sandy bottom squish between my toes. I really am in the middle of Mother Nature's spa. The hot springs are separated into 4 pools as the water flows down from its source. The highest pool teeters on the edge of being a little too hot and has a strong, pungent sulfur smell in the air. But the next 2 larger pools are a perfect temperature and let me slide around in the warm water next to the river. The final pool is barely warm, but makes a nice addition to the full spa package. I'm spending most of the day here, surrounded by nature, enjoying the warmth amongst the cold winter forest. While everything else sleeps in the forest, I'm alive and energized by the warmth flowing from the earth and back into my body. I feel so rejuvenated and ready for more adventure to come. Heading out deeper into the mountains, I feel ready for anything. As I leave the more touristy areas and out into the wilderness, this feeling builds in me. As the cell service fades away, I really feel my focus shift into being more in the moment. The burdens and the stress of life and work start to leave. There's just something about the mountains that draws me in. I feel free. Each mountain a challenge waiting to be tackled, if I want. But honestly, also perfectly enjoyed from my path. As I explore these mountain roads and trails, I feel a sense of scale. The huge trees to my sides continue up the slopes of the mountains until they are nothing but dots, blanketing the massive peaks. The sheer size of everything around me makes me feel small and humbled. This feeling just keeps growing. It's not a scary or bad feeling. Instead, I just want to explore. The world is so big and we rarely see enough of it. Around every corner, there's something new to explore and discover. And I feel like I'm just this tiny piece of it. Even though that's scary, it's also very comforting. I think I found a perfect place to cement this sense of scale that I feel in my bones. I've never been in a helicopter before, but as I arrive at this remote mountain helicopter, I feel the sense of adventure continue to grow. Off to see the largest mountains in Alberta, I feel my tininess as I lift off and climb higher over these towering peaks. Life always seems to get the better of us. The amount of stuff packed into our days, the anxiety that comes sometimes feels like a poison. But stepping out on an adventure is always a cure. These mountains that tower over me are now tiny beneath us as the helicopter continues to climb. The earth itself feels smaller and smaller, a beautiful blue marble in the huge universe. And me, just a tiny speck inside of it. My problems seem to fade away. In reality, they are small compared to everything I'm seeing. My focus is here and now, where it needs to be, soaking in every fresh moment. We fly over this cold winterscape, littered with peaks and valleys, each one as beautiful as the last. Waterfalls taller than skyscrapers, and all of this stretches out in all directions as far as the eye can see. Getting to experience the Earth's beauty from way up here is astounding. My adventure takes an exciting next step as we prepare to land in a remote mountain pass for a hike. The helicopter touches down and snow is thrown in all directions. As the engine whirls down and silence again fills the valley, I feel so small. Just one small piece in a sea of mountains and valleys. I lace up my snowshoes for this remote hike and set off. The crisp mountain air enters my lungs, and I feel the cold winter air snap at my skin. The sun towers over the mountains to my sides. I am alone in the middle of everything, and it feels amazing. As I complete my hike back inside the warm helicopter to head back to base camp and enjoy some hot chocolate, I feel this circle complete itself. The cycles of warm and cold, feeling small and then large. My spirit for adventure grows, and I can't wait for the next one, which is always just around the corner.